All right, let's look at this again. Who wants to be camera guy? I'm actually gonna use you. Why don't you hold the camera and try to make me look pretty?
It's impossible,
right.
dude.
All right, so look at it again. I want to talk about movement, and I'm using Alex because he's a big person to. How much come over here? Oh, let's stay here. Right there we go. Good. So let's talk about first. When we're here, I absolutely highly suggest trying this when you're grappling. Why not? The principles work, so let's try it. But what needs to happen first is I have to create a structure against his neck. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm trying to getting this almost like I'm trying to have like an Osoto Gary this way. And then we're here, I don't think about cheating underneath. When I'm cheating this hand underneath, I'm taking a step. See how his arm already shot up to where I want it to be. I just can't let him come in here. If I remove his arm, now I have a big problem. He's got a big clinch on me and I'm in trouble. So that's why this frame comes here, right? Now I'm gonna back step my right leg and spread everything out. I'm adding movement. I'm making him, I'm not just doing a stable, locking him in. And then trying to lock it in. I'm trying to do it off of movement, so he's always trying to catch up. It's very hard for him to catch up when I'm pushing on his head. And when you're finally ready to go, I can now just almost overwrap this. All right, so I turn it at the end into like almost like I'm putting my elbow, the tip of my elbow, matching the tip is his elbow, locking everything in my shoulder and neck, and all my force is going like to my opposite foot, okay? So what we want to do is the same exact thing. Sorry, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So we go here and create that structure. So let's see if we add a little bit of movement, kind of create that structure. Maybe think about off balancing him, catch underneath, wave him off, move him around a little bit. At the end, just lock it in. Be easy with him and lock that in. Now we have to be aware of this leg. So if you feel like he's reaching for it, obviously step back. We have the same exact thing. We'll get into counters, many different counters. His natural reaction eventually is gonna be to turn. If I am not precise or like really good on my elbow attack, he's gonna turn in this way, all right? It then goes into many other different techniques. He's in a Kimura. It's just kind of an upside down Kimura. Instead of having the traditional Kimura, it's almost like an underhook Kimura. Cool? Questions? Play with it. How are you sweaty already? It's fucking 2 degrees in here.
I didn't stop it.
Oh, thanks.
I think I didn't click.
I want to be camera guy, so I'll let everybody get the chance.
Everybody gets a chance.
So Jim asked a question. It's going to lead us into the next technique. Let's say your attack is necessarily, you're almost too closed off, that it becomes on the shoulder, right? This is okay, except I still need to maintain my frame over here. So his hand has to be in the neck, and I'm almost using a gable grip and staying on there. This objective is for me to eventually elongate, to get back to me now attacking the elbow, okay? But a lot of times what happens in there is they will either come to the head clinch, all right? Or once they start breaking, they'll turn the elbow down because there's a space for me. No, other way. I'm not letting, you can't go down that way, so go almost this way, right? They want to dominate with an overhook or no, obviously they're going for that mirror lock feeling, okay? So when we're here, we're coming down, so he's gonna turn the elbow down, right? That's just gonna turn, so turn the, where do you feel like you can go now? Right, you just brought the submission back. Where's the other way you go? There we go, right? Then arm out. Does that almost feel like the path? There's 2 paths. All right, oh, there's actually 3 paths, right? To escape. Go away. Turn the elbow back down. So meaning, hold on. This way, like going. So get away from it. The elbow's essentially here right now. The elbow's up, okay? So he can either turn the elbow back down and come out like that way, or he turns the elbow down the other way and comes out that way. Both ways, there's only 3 ways out or either direction. Both ways lead me to something. If I'm in here, okay, but he tries to elongate, pull out, just like any other arm bar. Don't pull away on an arm bar, just makes the arm bar tighter. Snap, all right? The way I'm configuring my hands, it's very hard for him to rotate his elbow through my shoulder and around the other way. That's why his downward pressure is here. It's like, where are you gonna go? You can't do it. If I was looser here, yes, he would be able to do that, right? Finally, the only other viable option is if I'm not completely attacking his elbow, he'll bend the hand this way. Sometimes they try to do a forward roll. By putting up pressure, they'll try to forward roll out of it. Adam Basil used to do things like that a lot. So that's really the next thing we're gonna deal with is that attack. Is that when I get in here, it's almost too deep, and they turn the shoulder the other way, like they almost want to get an underhook battle. I got an underhook, overhook battle. So to keep this frame, first I'm gonna go to either a head push, or I kind of use my own little wrap. I keep my head, my frame switches from the inside of the neck to over, and I step and pull, and then just drop him to the ground. He settles right into side control. So again, go back to the beginning of the whole thing. All right, I am creating a structure. Boom. I come away through. I kind of get jammed into the spot. All right. Whether he turns his arm down or not, I'm still gonna go for his technique. I wave over. I'm using my elbow to stuff his head. I used to teach us as a head push. You can still do some, it's a little easier as a head push, it makes sense. I take a reverse C grip, and I make my fingers touch right outside, like the dip of his skull, right where his ears are. You push his head down, you step around, and you just end nicely in on the end belly or side control. Either work, I do this from a lock from the ground as well. Can you just go on put your knees down facing me? Let's say sprawled, right? Stuff the head, get a wrap, walk around, and now I'm in side control. So I do it a lot from that position as well. Same thing applies standing, just do it both ways. Cool?
It's like a half Nelson.
Power half Nelson type of, my old wrestling coach taught it to me. It just stuck with me, and now I do it in Jiu-Jitsu all the time. So.
You mean like a 3/4 Nelson?
Well, yeah, I don't know. You know, I've heard of all these different things. One of them makes sense. I like the technique, whatever you want to call it. Anything else? Let's try it. Thanks, sir. You're back at it, buddy.
I'm back at it.
You know, well, I'll compare footage later and see who's better.
Out of retirement, Darryl Belcher.
So, I iterate two things on it, that why this actually works. So starting in the beginning, I'm creating a frame, I come underneath, boom. Now, first one, when I'm not gonna go with this one anymore. Now I'll talk just about the shoulder attack. I'm now really focusing on this grip, right? Where that triangle powerful grip, that no matter where you are, this is seatbelt control, this is side control, this is everything, all your major clinches are around that. So I'm making the same grip, but my pressure is kind of biting into that shoulder to keep his shoulder down. I want him lower than me. I want my pressure up. I want to have this lever feeling. So he's down and I'm up. And I'm going to reinforce this feeling. So now when I can block him out, keep his head away from me. I may use my forearm, then goes my hand. I may switch directly to my hand, but the whole idea is stuff his head to his opposite foot. I'm gonna get really loose for a second. So I wanna have this feeling that he's essentially doing this. And I make him continue to look at his opposite foot as I walk around. Now my body's over here. And I make continue sure he looks. Now I sink all my weight on the arm, and he can't help but fall, right? That's what's going on. So one more time. Right from here. So now just do it on, all I'm doing is walk around, nice stay on it, and come down, right? But before coming down, I want to end up right in the armbar. Last time I did, I promise. Well, here again, I even start, go to the hand, then all of a sudden, when he like turns the corner, I'm just gonna switch from that underhook grip to a 2-on-1. Two options if I'm staying combative. I can stay standing and finish, or just slide right in for a traditional armbar. Okay, so last time kind of smooth. While this was work, what we'll do is kind of take through the whole sequence, and then you guys can work with it like 5-6 minutes, and then we'll roll, all right? So here to start neutral, I get my frame, and I add a little moment, I tap, let's get one tap, boom, he taps, okay? I come back in, he bends the arm, I make sure I have that structure, head down, stuff, catch it, armbar. Okay, one more time.
The other leg doesn't necessarily have to go over.
The other leg, no.
Okay.
So you want back the other way? Good question. I like the counterbalance of this. In fact, when you're standing, you have an opportunity to stay standing and attack an armbar, it's great. A lot of throws we do end in this exact position. So my rear leg is acting at the shelf. It keeps the arm exposed. If my rear leg goes away, see how much farther the arm bar away or the elbow went from me? So in fact, this is perfect. It's right where I want it to be.
Okay.
Now, I feel like I'm squishing, pulling here, pressing here. Get a good handle, sit, and yank. Now, again, I see how his back is off the mat.
Yeah.
I'm really pushing his shoulder up. So I have a good arm bar setup because that thing is just shooting right up in there. Easy break, however I want it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So let's take the whole drill one more time, nice and smooth. So we're here, okay, switching, coming through, attacking that arm, he bends, I keep my frame, stuff him, catch it, sit, arm bar. Pull, go.